Today is October 31st, 2025. As the world turns its attention to shifting tides in global politics, a significant development is quietly unfolding in Southeast Asia. In Cambodia's coastal waters, a new naval base, funded and built by China, has become operational. This facility, located at Ream, marks a turning point for the region, signaling a new era of military cooperation and strategic maneuvering. Officially, it's a Cambodian facility, but mounting evidence points to China gaining unprecedented access to this strategic location. Reports of Chinese personnel, advanced surveillance equipment, and exclusive docking rights suggest a deeper partnership than publicly acknowledged. And the Ream Naval Base is more than a construction project. It's a bold move in the global contest for influence. The scale and speed of construction reflect the urgency with which China is expanding its reach. For decades, the U.S. Navy has dominated the Indo-Pacific, ensuring open sea lanes and deterring potential conflicts. American warships have been a familiar sight, projecting power and maintaining a balance that has shaped the region's security architecture. Now, China is establishing outposts far from home, challenging that dominance. The Ream base is just one piece of a broader strategy, as Beijing seeks to secure its interests and protect its growing global trade routes. This base places Chinese military assets near the South China Sea and the vital Strait of Malacca, a choke point for global trade. Over 60% of the world's maritime commerce passes through these waters, making control and surveillance here crucial for any major power. The Pentagon sees the base as a potential threat, enabling China to project power deeper into the Indian Ocean and monitor U.S. movements. Intelligence analysts warn that this could complicate American operations and shift the balance of power in the region. Cambodia's alignment with Beijing signals a shift in regional power, raising concerns in Washington and across Southeast Asia. Neighboring countries now face new questions about their own security and alliances as the geopolitical landscape evolves. We'll explore what this base means for Cambodia, China, the U.S., and neighboring countries. The decisions made here could ripple across borders, affecting trade, diplomacy, and the daily lives of millions. The construction may seem small, but its implications are enormous. Even a modest outpost can serve as a launchpad for influence, intelligence gathering, and rapid military deployment. It's a sign of a changing world order. China is now a global military player. Its ambitions are no longer confined to its own shores, but extend to distant seas and strategic choke points. The Ream base is a new front in the contest for control of the world's most important waterways. As shipping lanes grow busier and competition intensifies, every new outpost becomes a potential flashpoint. The stakes for the region, and the world, are higher than ever. In the coming years, the choices made around the Ream Naval Base could shape the future of the Indo-Pacific, and perhaps the global order itself. Cambodia, a relatively small nation in Southeast Asia, is nestled between three larger neighbors: Thailand to the west and northwest, Laos to the north, and Vietnam to the east and south. Its borders have long shaped its destiny, placing it at the crossroads of regional power dynamics. Despite its modest size, Cambodia boasts a valuable stretch of coastline along the Gulf of Thailand, giving it a maritime gateway to the wider world. This strategic location provides Cambodia with direct access to the South China Sea, one of the world's most important and hotly contested maritime regions, where global shipping lanes converge and rival powers compete for influence. For centuries, Cambodia's coast has served as a vital crossroads for trade, migration, and at times conflict. Merchants, explorers, and navies have all passed through these waters, shaping the country's history and economy. In recent years, China has invested billions of dollars in Cambodia, forging a close partnership with its leaders and becoming the country's largest foreign investor. For Cambodia, China is more than just an economic partner. It's an essential lifeline, providing loans, infrastructure, and jobs, often with fewer political conditions than Western countries demand. One of the most significant outcomes of this partnership is the development of the Ream Naval Base. Its location leverages Cambodia's geography, offering China a potential strategic perch near the Strait of Malacca, the world's busiest shipping lane. Each year, over 80,000 ships navigate this narrow channel, carrying about a third of all global trade, including vital energy supplies and consumer goods. Any military presence in this region can influence or even disrupt the flow of commerce, giving those who control it enormous leverage over the global economy. For China, A base in Cambodia is a way to address its so-called Malacca dilemma, the fear that in a crisis the US Navy could blockade this choke point and cut off China's vital trade routes. While the base doesn't solve all of China's strategic challenges, it does extend Beijing's reach, complicating the security calculus for the entire region and drawing the attention of global powers. Today, Cambodia's once quiet coast has become a key piece in the global power puzzle, its fate intertwined with the ambitions of much larger nations. A naval base is much more than just a place where warships are parked or anchored. It's a complex, bustling center of military activity, often operating around the clock to support a nation's maritime power. Think of it as a logistical hub, where ships come to refuel, resupply, and undergo essential repairs, sometimes after months at sea. These bases keep fleets operational, even when they're far from their home countries. Modern naval bases are equipped with advanced workshops for technical maintenance, secure storage for weapons and equipment, living quarters for sailors, and high-tech communication centers to coordinate missions. They also serve as intelligence outposts, using radar, surveillance equipment, and skilled personnel to monitor air and sea traffic, track potential threats, and gather critical information. The Ream base in Cambodia, located near some of the world's busiest shipping lanes, is especially valuable. It allows China to closely track both military and commercial movements in a vital region. This intelligence is crucial, not just for planning during peacetime, but also for making rapid decisions and launching operations if conflict arises. Establishing a foreign base extends a nation's military reach, allowing it to project power far from its own shores and signaling its strategic ambitions to the world. For Cambodia, hosting China's navy brings promises of investment, infrastructure, and security cooperation. But it also raises concerns about sovereignty and the risk of being drawn into great power rivalries. The Ream base is more than just a military facility. It's a tool for projecting influence, shaping the balance of power, and potentially altering the security landscape of Southeast Asia. Every move at Ream is calculated, reflecting the careful strategies of both Cambodia and China as they navigate regional and global politics. The world's attention is fixed on this new outpost, with analysts and governments watching closely to see how it will be used and what it will mean for the region. The stakes are high, and the consequences of what happens at Ream will reach far beyond Cambodia's shores, potentially impacting the entire Indo-Pacific region. China's role at Ream was long denied, but the evidence is now clear. The project massively upgrades Cambodia's old naval facility, with Chinese funding and expertise. Satellite images show new piers and deeper channels, capable of hosting large Chinese warships. The US-funded original base was demolished, signaling a shift in Cambodia's alliances. Officially, the base is for Cambodia, but its design suits China's blue water navy ambitions. For China, Ream is a logistics hub in the Gulf of Thailand, extending its naval reach. For Cambodia, it's investment and military modernization, at the cost of strategic access for China. The arrangement skirts Cambodia's constitutional ban on foreign bases, allowing a rotational Chinese presence. It's a clever deal, serving both countries' interests while deflecting criticism. Washington views the Ream base as a direct challenge to US influence in the Indo-Pacific. China's presence in Cambodia complicates America's ability to maintain regional stability and freedom of navigation. The base gives China a forward operating post, enabling power projection into the South China Sea and Indian Ocean. It also enhances China's ability to monitor US military movements and gather intelligence. In a crisis, this could disrupt US deployments and shift the balance in China's favor. The base divides ASEAN, undermining US efforts to build a unified regional front. For the Pentagon, Ream is both a military and geopolitical setback. The region's power dynamics are shifting fast. Southeast Asian nations are uneasy about China's new foothold in Cambodia. Many rely on China for trade but fear its growing military reach. Vietnam, with a tense history with both China and Cambodia, now faces Chinese power on two fronts. Thailand must navigate increased tensions in its maritime backyard. ASEAN is divided. Some states resist China, others depend on it. The Ream base exposes these fractures, weakening regional unity. China's strategy of economic leverage is reshaping Southeast Asia's security landscape. The region is entering a new era of uncertainty. Picture a morning at Ream Naval Base. A Chinese destroyer docked beside Cambodian patrol boats. Chinese and Cambodian officers coordinate patrols, using advanced surveillance to track ships near the Strait of Malacca. Training sessions blend Mandarin and Khmer, deepening military integration. The base hums with logistics, planning, and quiet readiness. China's presence is persistent, but not overtly aggressive, a steady projection of influence. This daily routine shows how China can sustain operations, gather intelligence, and build ties, all under the banner of cooperation. The Ream base is a model for China's global ambitions. It's a subtle but powerful shift in the region's security environment. The Ream base is more than a regional issue. It's a move on the global chessboard. For decades, the US Navy has guaranteed open seas. China's outpost challenges that order. Its proximity to the Strait of Malacca gives China leverage over global trade in a crisis. Countries worldwide must now factor China's military presence into their security and economic plans. The base is part of China's broader strategy, using economic projects to gain strategic advantages. Debt and dependency can turn infrastructure into military assets, as seen in Cambodia. The Ream base is a warning about the long-term costs of opaque deals with China. It's a sign of a shifting world order, with US-China rivalry playing out on new fronts. Cambodia's port is now a symbol of global competition. The Ream naval base marks a permanent shift in Southeast Asia's security landscape. China now has a military foothold in the Indo-Pacific, extending its reach and influence. The US and its allies are responding with more patrols and stronger regional alliances. Tensions are rising, and the risk of incidents between Chinese and US forces is growing. The base is a lesson in how economic influence becomes military power. China's long-term investments are paying off, creating a network of friendly ports. For many developing nations, China's unconditional support is more attractive than Western demands. The $30 million base is a landmark event, altering the balance of power and challenging US interests. The quiet Cambodian port is now a front line in the 21st century's defining geopolitical contest. The world is watching what happens next.